Hello everyone, DocTech25 here with my Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition Carrot Farm Showcase. And right now we're standing in a church that I built inside of a town, which I've named Carrot Town. But we're not going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking at this giant carrot here, which has a carrot farm inside of it. Let's go down. So the outside of the carrot farm is primarily made of orange wool, which took quite a while to actually obtain all of it and actually place it up there. All legit survival. Now I want to estimate that I put around 45 hours perhaps into this build, and that includes harvesting all the wool and glowstone, etc., etc. So let's head inside. Now this is a piston door here, so let's actually rip up the floor quickly so I can show you guys. It's just a simple input. Whoop, don't want to hit that one. There's an input from outside and an input from here, so it doesn't matter where you step on the pressure plates. And it sends a pulse into a block, which has vertical wiring that goes into the door there. I actually do not want to tear up the walls because I don't want to destroy anything, so I'm just going to cover that back up. In fact, there should be a torch down there so spiders don't spawn, but that's okay. So right now, we're standing in the entrance, and there's a little lobby in here, I guess you could call it. A couple of benches and a table. And we also have minecart elevator and a quick drop. So let's take the minecart elevator up to the second floor here, which is a shipping area. Now there's no receiving because there's no way to actually get minecarts up here. Now you see one right there, but I'll explain that in a second. So let's start by opening the door to the outside. And there's already a couple carts down there from when I was testing before. There's also a creeper and a zombie to serve as management for the shipping, I guess. Basically, you want to bring a load of carrots down here and fill this up. Push the button and send it around the room. There's tracks hidden in the wall, and it sends it to this minecart Pez dispenser that I invented. There's similar designs on the internet, but this is one that I came up with by myself. Came up with it quite a while ago when I was designing a warehouse, which you guys will get to see hopefully later down the road. But right now we're going to be focusing on the carrot farm. So let's say you want to fill up another one. Now this is actually designed to hold 3, but for some reason it only holds 2, just the way the mechanics work. So if I put another one in here, come on, get in there, click, there we go, put another one in there. It's actually going to automatically push a cart out, there we go. Now the cart will stop there every time. Yeah, we could just close the door and push it off, and the door again. It lands perfectly down there, which later on we can make a cart catcher and have a shipping and receiving room down there. I'm actually going to grab this cart and rebuild it and place it back here so it's all ready for our future harvest. When I get the room built, close this door back up and drop the cart down. There we go. Now let's head up to the 3rd floor. Oh, one floor. Head up to the 3rd floor, which is a portal room. This isn't hooked up to any portal on the other side yet. In fact, if we go through and come back through, we'll end up at my base. As a future project, I'm going to actually make a nether hub, which is basically a train station in the nether with a bunch of portals and stuff. But that's a later project. This is just an entrance area. You come in from the nether. Nothing really too fancy except some of the beveled woodwork around here. let's head up to the next floor, which is actually the top of the elevator here. It's not the top of the carrot farm though. This is a storage room, which currently is serving as my personal storage room, but in the future I hope to fill it up with carrots. That's a lot of carrots. Right now we only have a chest a bit full, but pretty soon I'm gonna have to move my stuff out of here so we can fill this room up. I'm not exactly sure how many carrots fit in this room, but I'll leave a link or I'll leave a comment in the description with the actual calculation of how many carrots would fit in this room here. This room with just the chest. We're not going to be sticking them in the furnaces or anything. But we're going to go up to the control room here. I'll explain it a little bit. So this is a control room / lobby. There's only 2 controls. The close side and the far side, which we'll see in a minute. Just give you guys a view. Now, it took quite a while to actually design this farm, but I had fun with it. Now, one of the reasons that I built this farm the way it is, you know, the carrot farm inside Giant Carrot, is because of the limitations of the console. I couldn't build a gigantic carrot farm of doom that produces like 2,000 or 3,000 carrots an hour or something like that. Because of the limitations of the console, meaning that there can only be 200 entities on the ground at a time. And what is an entity? It's anything like this. This is an entity, so there can only be 200 of these. And I'm not sure if items and frames count as entities for those cap limits, but I know the cap is 200, and I know that. So the farm above us, let's go up here. Farm up here can hold more than 200 once it's harvested. So I had to be creative and cut the farm in half. So I'm pretty sure that, where's the control panel? I think the control panel is along this wall. So the close one harvests these 2, and the far one will harvest these 2 units, which they're just pistons holding back water, and there's vertical wiring in there. Which, if you don't know, when you dump water on crops, it'll pull them up and they'll get pushed along. Now, the outside here is just jungle trees that I planted on top of dirt to make the top of the carrot. You can see every step that I took in my Let's Play series. I'll leave appropriate links in the description, and there's a couple time-lapse videos in there too, where I sped up some footage that was some boring building parts. But for the most part, everything is captured on footage, with the exception of about maybe 2 hours, 3 hours of decorating, which isn't anything spectacular. It's fun for me, but it would just stretch out the amount of time for the Let's Play videos, which wouldn't be good. Because it's kind of the boring bits, if you will. So let's go down here. I'll need a carrot inside the Giant Carrot farm that has... yeah, inside the Giant Carrot that has a carrot farm in it, which is a bit strange. Okay, so I'll pull this lever here and come to the table, wait for our carrots. In my original design, I actually had a skylight hatch, but due to the limitations of my dimensions here, well, I could have brought the ceiling down one more, but I wouldn't like the look of that. But anyway, due to the limitations of the dimensions, I couldn't actually put that in there. So we had 23 actually. Let's dump this in the corner here. See how many we actually get from this farm. Now let's harvest the next bit and hurry so we can actually catch it being harvested. Nice. Now in this design there's little wastage. What I mean by wastage is that over there, where the water streams don't exactly catch everything. But that's not a big deal because when you come up here to plant, you'll get everything. So basically, let me turn this water off so we don't flood the fields and I have to rehoe everything. Basically, we got all these carrots here. 23. Oh, okay. Let me try to make a visual. Oops. A visual is this. 32. Oops. 50. So there's 100. 150. I'll explain what I'm doing in just a sec. Okay. So there's 200. Right here. That's the cap. If I didn't do it this way, we'd only get that many. But since I split the farm in half, we get an additional 2 1/4 stacks. So actually see what this looks like all stacked together neatly. It's 3 1/4 stack. I think it takes a stack to actually plant the farm, but we're going to actually do that now. So let me grab my carrots in the corner here, and we'll come up here and replant the farm so we can use it the next time. You can actually put whatever you want up here, wheat, potatoes, whatever, but I'm going to actually make farms for those food items. But basically, you have very good profit doing it this way. I'm sure you can expand on the idea and have multiple layers with it, but you need to divide it up so that you always keep that 200 entity cap in mind, which I personally think that cap is too low. I think they should have it around 1,000, but they severely limited the world. So I don't know why they did that, but they did. Hopefully with the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, they'll increase those limitations or get rid of them entirely, since those systems can better handle that kind of computing power. So I hope you guys enjoyed my carrot farm showcase video, and if you're not already subscribed, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.